our Father's Day edition of Sundays with Stoney. Happy
Father's Day, Thomas.
Yes, and you brought a little army with you today, too.
Yeah, you saw them before, yeah.
Yes, so that was nice.
Only 2 of them are mine.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah.
The 2 most beautiful ones there, too, right? I'm sure.
Exactly.
So tell me a little bit about your feelings of the Tigers after they win 3 straight series in a row.
Better that they've won them than lost them, but I won't be impressed until they beat some American League teams. I mean, this is what they do. They, feast on the National League, which is good. You got to win these games and get them some confidence and all that kind of stuff. So that's good. But the level of competition hasn't been that great. St. Louis, the defending world champs, coming in this week, and then going to Pittsburgh. So if they can win those series as well, then, have a little momentum going into Tampa, Texas, and that stuff.
Yeah, 3 against Texas, against 4 against Tampa Bay. And little Jacob Turner sighting this week, too. That'll be interesting. Still doesn't have a Major League win, but he's 2-1 down at AAA this year.
What I think more important than the fact, if he pitches good, showcase, baby. I mean, this team, if they really want to win now, they have to have some assets to make it the trading deadline, and they really don't have much of a farm system. And if Turner can show that he can pitch in the major leagues as a young guy, maybe somebody will want him, and they can get somebody good. Matt Garza.
You really think that's going to happen?
I don't know. I don't think he's going to pitch.
You think that they could trade Jacob Turner and get Matt Garza?
No, Jacob Turner and
right. Well, that's
but the point is that he hasn't shown anything at the major league level yet.
Right.
So if he does show something, then maybe his value goes up and teams might actually want him.
I hear the theory. I'd be stunned if they moved this guy after everything that they've said. And I understand that there is some history here with trading guys like Jurgens and other big arms, including Miller, who never really panned out as a major league guy.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Mid-season, when you are so thin. And in the minor league level, I mean, where do you go from there? You're all in 2012 when you make a move like that.
They got all in when they signed Prince Fielder. So if they want to be all in, they got to go get something. Whether it's somebody like Garza, like we mentioned, or find some second baseman who can really do the thing.
All right, Barry goes 5 for 5 today.
Mm-hmm.
Has it reached the point where you just keep him in there, you ride the hot hand, and you just alternate Young and Bosch's or DHs?
You're asking the wrong person. Okay, my answer is yes. Yes, obviously you play him until you don't. He batted second today. You could bat him ninth and have 9 and Jackson 1, and I'd be fine with that.
I just love seeing the speed running around the bases
First
today.
of all, okay, for those of you who if they want Delman Young to be the DH, okay, but Quentin should play in left field. He can field, with all due respect to Ryan Rayburn, who did a little bit since he came back, not that much, but enough for people to say, okay, no, Quentin Berry should play every game until it shows that he can't. And look, he's not going to hit like he's been hitting all season. He's not. But speed.
Ride it.
He's a much better outfielder than either Bosch or Delman Young. So he gives you 2 out of the 3, definitely. Yes, you ride Quentin Berry.
And the prospect of Avila coming back, too, is also good. I want to hop into the Lions a little bit.
Okay.
5.5 weeks off until they come back.
Can I say one thing?
About what?
Minicamp, everybody covered it and all that. What do you gain from minicamp? I mean, to me, it was the most overblown story, that in OTAs. You can't see anything. I mean, they let you. They're not padded up. They're not hitting. To me, it's much ado about nothing. And I'm an NFL
agreed with
geek.
you. The coach
Did he
agreed.
really?
Oh yeah, he said this is not football.
No, it's
so
not.
You can't really get. But they learn the procedure. They get to install the system.
It's important for them
Right.
to understand stuff, but for us as fans, I mean,
right.
So and so looks great in minicamp. It doesn't make a difference till the season starts.
So they come back in July,
Mm-hmm.
and in your mind, the top stories, besides the fact that we should know by then what maybe Fairley's suspension might be.
Top story to me is Aaron Berry, not Quentin Berry. Aaron Berry. Their, secondary was pathetic last year. Whether it's injuries or not, they have to find out whether he is a top-flight cornerback. They think he is. Prove it to me. That's, to me, number one.
They have not gone out and gotten anybody.
Right.
They have put their eggs in that basket, and we'll see if he can step up. I'm very interested to see what they're going to do with Riley Reef, because you go out, you draft a guy, and from all the things they've been saying, and many people have pointed out they love his versatility and the fact that he isn't, at least immediately, necessarily a tackle. He might be a guard this year. So
I don't know that much about the interior play, but from being out there once, his arms are not really that long.
Pick on his arms?
Well,
Come on.
You usually have those guys with the big arms. Look, I don't think he's going to start at right tackle yet. I think they'll just plug him in. By the end of the season, he might, but I think his place is going to be, at least for this year, going to be for Gosder Charles.
Going to be a fun couple of stories to follow, no question about it. That starts at the end of July. Okay, Stonehead of the Week we'll get to, but first let's talk a little bit about a guy who could have been the Stonehead, Tiger Woods. Wow, he was in the lead after 2 rounds of this U.S. Open.
I am stunned. I mean, I wasn't one of those who was, carving his name on the trophy yet. But to implode the way he did yesterday and today, when he knows, he even said, I'm 4 or 5, what was he, 5 back going into today, that he thought, if he could shoot 67, somebody else, he'd had a chance. And the way he started off bogey, bogey, double bogey, and on the 3rd hole, that chip shot on the 3rd hole looked like me.
We got Stoney talking golf.
Oh.
But you're not going that way with the Stonehead, are you?
No, I'm not. I'm just going to do something to tick you off. The Stonehead of the week goes to an organization that is feeble. Yes, the New York Mets.
Oh, you know what happens when you start doing this? We'll see you later.
No, sit down, my friend.
You're rocking the boat.
R.A. Dickey pitches a brilliant one-hitter. There was a little bit of a controversy whether it should have been a hit or an error. It was ruled a hit. So what do the New York Mets do? They appeal. They appeal to the league to change the score so their guy can get a no-hitter.
They're getting greedy.
After all you saw with last time when Santana threw the no-hitter, that shouldn't have been a no-hitter because it was a fair ball, and they called out, you have the you-know-what still. Appeal. Mets, I can't stand you. I couldn't stand you growing up. Now even more, your Stonehead organization.
I would have liked to just see it because I've never seen it before.
What, back to what? No-hitter from a knuckleball guy?
No, just appealing it. That would have been funny. Pop the champagne the next day in the clubhouse. That's Mike Stone. He hates the Mets. It's okay. There are many people like him. You will hear him
I
6 to 10.
Tom Seaver when I was a kid.
I don't really like Tom Seaver myself,
Really?
but I'm a Met fan.
Well,
I've never
pretty
was
odd.
really tight with him. Giant fan. Don't really love Phil Simms either. So strange facts about us. That's Mike Stone. 6 to 10. 97 won the ticket Monday to Friday, and of course bagging on my Mets every Sunday here on the Update.
Stoney's Stonehead of the Week is brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding, the best mortgage bankers. Call 1-800-LOW-RATE.